here for COM.
Thank you for coming out.
Thank you again for joining us this evening. I'm your anchor, Josie Sabo.
And I'm your other anchor, Josh Heller.
And because you've been checking your list twice to figure out just how naughty or nice your loved ones may have been before committing to any last-minute shopping, we're delivering you the top local, national, and world news that you may have missed.
You're welcome, Grand Rapids. This is
NewsFlash. Our top story tonight. A lot of wild stuff has happened this year, and most of it is not good or funny. So, as we move into 2024 and another grueling election season, let's take the small victories that we can.
Yeah.
Like, Rudy Giuliani has to pay $148 million in damages for his comments and efforts in conspiring against the Georgia election committees in 2020. Turns out when you play with fire, you're liable to melt.
In an odd 1-2 punch, Pope Francis announced that he has authorized the practice of blessing same-sex couples in Catholic ceremonies, reversing a Vatican 2021 statement regarding the practice, albeit with a lot of red tape that still mostly means we'd rather you not. Meanwhile, America's worst cousins, Kid Rock and Tucker Carlson, had a little chat, and the former singer/current blight on Michigan announced that he has moved on from his boycott of Bud Light after he posted a video dramatically opening fire on a case of the near beer in April, which simultaneously feels like a week ago and also 5 years ago. Said the majority of LGBT folk who stopped caring about the church and Anheuser-Busch long ago. Oh, you're still here?
Meanwhile, in other religion news, Move Over Youth Group, there's a new after-school program coming to this Tennessee town. The federally recognized and official organization, the Satanic Temple, has announced an after-school Satan Club at Chimney Rock Elementary in Memphis, Tennessee. Yeah, I love how much applause we're getting. This optional club will offer science projects, community service, puzzles, and nature activities. But hopefully they'll still also offer a safe place to dunk for the devil during afternoon rec time. Kids will also be served deviled eggs, evil sandwiches, and demonade as snacks. Pretty soon the praise team will be swapping Hillsong jams for the heavy metal band Ghost.
Canadian rapper and former Degrassi star Drake is resurrecting a theme park called Luna Luna Amusement Park, which was unveiled back in the 80s as a functional theme park museum in Hamburg, Germany, filled with contemporary pieces by artists like Salvador Dali, Keith Haring, and Jean-Michel Basquiat. Now, this iteration will simply be an installation in LA, as most of the attractions will be non-functional. But they're looking to expand with some newer features, like a game where you knock down Warhol's Campbell soup cans.
And an Edward Hopper escape room. Also, the Great Wave off Kanagawa Wave Pool with Frank Ocean as the lifeguard.
I like. This is sure to inspire some other collaborations between hip-hop and high art, such as if Banksy brings back his Disneyland project with the new partner Zelia Banksy.
Or Eminem opening up an M&M store with Malcolm McLaurin.
A collab with Kanye and Thomas Kincaid. Kanye?
How about Little John Cena Sargent?
And of course, the notorious RGB.
Looking forward to it. If you thought you were getting fucked over by the government, wait until you hear about the congressional staffer who was caught filming a gay porno in a Senate hearing room. That's all true. And if this wasn't an isolated incident, other pornographic films that were filmed in the House of Congress include Filibusters and Railed by Committee.
Love it. How about Motion to Proceed to Come Loud? Or Sub Yields to Whip?
And lesser ones, Presidential Hard-On, like Presidential Pardon. That one's not so good. And of course, Step Siblings Reach Across the Aisle.
NASA just announced they discovered methane on a distant exoplanet. They also discovered exoplanet cows causing the methane. Meanwhile, DTE is currently formulating a plan to build a pipeline that will reach 162 light years away.
Doctors reported that a man from the UK tore his windpipe open while trying to hold in a sneeze. Hopefully those Brits learn to stop being so polite someday. And also, you don't want to know what happened when he held in a fart.
Why would happen? Paleontologists have uncovered a fossil that seemingly depicts a young Tyrannosaurus's Last Supper. No, not that one. The stomach seems to be holding the bones of another dinosaur. Those dino kids grow up so fast, babies eating babies. I guess that's what killed them after all. The Heimlosaur had not been invented yet. That's what happens when you graduate from dino nuggets to bone in before you're ready. Rookie mistake, dinosaurs.
As a quick little aside while putting together the show, please, after the show, Google Dinosaur Last Supper. There's so much great art out there, you'd be surprised how much of it there is. But in any way, and now as is the case every year when the temperatures start to go down, we have a newfound sympathy for our neighbors to the north. So here with a new spinoff of last week's NewsFlash, it's NewsFlash. First off, meteorologists in Marquette have adopted a new system for categorizing road and weather conditions. Yeah, I'm sure there's a sneak peek. With 3 warning levels, starting with a cautionary oop and progressing to oofda, where travel is discouraged. And finally, the near impossible whiteout conditions of geez Louise. And these are 100% true, but we feel like it may be missing a step. The most obvious being gonna slide right past you. Do we have a slide for that? Yeah.
Scary stuff, scary stuff. Last week, the DNR found 14 illegal bear baiting barrels in the Menominee County area. Bear baiting is also what used to go down at Rumors back in the day, but in this case, they're luring the furry friends with chocolate and pieces of plastic. Poor bears. In unrelated news, Sault Ste. Marie Fire Department is investigating 2 house fires that occurred back to back. And while nobody seems to know what happened, we at NewsFlash tend to lean towards one often overlooked explanation: bear revenge.
And finally, the marijuana industry has been growing at an unprecedented rate since recreational use was legalized 4 years ago. And this year, there was a weed war of sorts occurring in the UP. Here with a report from the north, it's Trent, the Uber stoner.
Oh,
Trent!
Hey, Trent.
Welcome, Trent.
What's up, fellas? I am stoned to the bone.
Now, Trent, tell us more about this weed war. Are we seeing a Breaking Bud type of situation?
Oh, no. Nothing like that. Now, weed has been legal in the UP for 4 years, like you said, but it's not legal in Wisconsin. And now all these Wisconsinites want to get over to the UP just to get a little bit of bud. And you know who's cashing in? Big business. That's right. Big weed is trying to get in there. They're driving up the cost.
Sounds like intense competition. How many dispensaries can a city like that support?
Well, in this state, there's no official rules to how many dispensaries you can have. That's up to local ordinances. But Menominee, well, they have quite a bit of a reckoning on their hand.
So what happened there?
Well, Menominee just passed an ordinance allowing 2 dispensaries. 2. There were like 14, 15 putting their applications in, trying to get that big Wisconsinite money, but guess what? Some of the applicants, the 2 that got it, had bribed. They bribed the board, that's right.
That's quite the accusation. You
Yes,
think that's
yes.
actually true?
Who knows? It could be. Big Bud has big bank. Let me tell you something about that. But all press isn't bad. You know, we want more people to come to Menominee. We don't want to be known as the Upers that never made it, all right?
This sounds like a big mess. How do the citizens feel about it? If you'll pardon the expression, the folderol.
Well, us Menominees are pretty happy about all the weed that's going to be in town, and those packers over from Wisconsin can come in and buy if they want. I mean, Selling weed's fun, am I right, folks?
Well, let's give it up for weed and local politics, and let's give it up for Trent.
Woo!
Hello, everyone!
And that is the show.
We'd like to thank our writers for NewsFlash this week, and if you'd like to see your name up here, you can submit your jokes to comedyoutletmondays@gmail.com with the subject NewsFlash Tips.
Yeah, and also while you're doing that, follow Comedy Outlet Mondays on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, where you can rewatch videos from past shows, get notified of lineups for future shows, and find our submission form to get your act on stage and learn about other ways to get involved.
And if you can't wait for that, you can hop up on stage at the end of the show during our free open improv jam.
Do it! But now, Grand Rapids, you're welcome.
News
Newsflash, this is Comedy Outlet Mondays!